Hi. Is that going to be annoying? Is that going to be annoying? The power I have in this one finger. Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine that. Lights on, lights off. Lights on, lights off. Your sex life. Your sex life once you're married. Your sex life. Your sex life once you're married. I can't stress it enough. That's it. That's it. That's it. From the windows to the walls, down these streets. It's like a disco. I got my own disco here. Isn't that amazing? Just oh. Am I having too much fun with this? Yes. Maybe it's because I spent like 5 hours out in the ocean today. My father took me out fishing, and as a modern Italian man, coming directly from the factory of a man that was born in Italy, when an Italian person says, we're going to go out in a boat, even if you know they love you, in the back of your mind, you know there's a chance. There's a chance. There's a chance. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Even you, I know my dad loves me, but you remember the one time he got mad at me. And hey, man, could you get me a beer? You go into the cooler. You see the Beretta cock. You're like, oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. A little humor, right? That is like really bright. So when I started this episode today, I didn't know this was gonna happen like that. You know what I'm saying, though? I didn't know it was gonna happen. I got a lot of sunburn today. Did I? The society would label me as white, but I'm red. My face is red. I'm kind of you know what I'm saying? That is white. This is white, right? Is this white? Is this white? Is my face the same color as this? I'm fucking red. It is what it is. My grandmother was born in Argentina. My father was born in a barn in Italy. And to you, I'm just an asshole smoking a cigar in a Corolla. But to me, I am the luckiest guy in the world. What more could I ask for, right? Minding my business. Got the HK Quattro Zero on me. Minding my business, law-abiding citizen, having a great time. What more could I ask for? Right? Am I rich? Compared to most of the world, sure. Right? Am I the richest? No. God is the richest. I'm happy I got to have something to eat today. I'm happy about to smoke this cigar because it existed. But I'm also even more happy that this cigar was chosen and sent to me from my dear brother Chewy. And not because I asked him or because he felt bad for me. It was out of the goodness of his heart. You see, he's my friend and I'm his friend. And we talk on the channel, and he enjoys my show, and I make him laugh. But also, he makes me laugh. And also, I'm glad he exists. And so I'm sure there's times where he watching my stupid show and was like, oh, thanks, Richie, I needed this. And there's times when I'm making my show, knowing I'm going to make this show, even though sometimes I think I'm all alone, right? But, is that the voices? No. But I know that someone's going to watch this or enjoy this or, you know, make a comment later, and not because like, oh, make a comment because like and subscribe. I never tell you that. Listen, everyone tells you like and subscribe, but no one tells you to subscribe to your live, which means they don't care if you off yourself. Make sure you like and subscribe. Do you care if this person kills himself tonight? Did he like my button? Did he subscribe? I don't care if you like this show. I don't care if you subscribe. Do yourself a favor. Cigars are cheaper than lawyers. A milkshake and a blowjob is better than killing yourself. If you're depressed, go get a milkshake. Go get a blowjob. You'll think it over tomorrow. Reset yourself. Look, it is what it is. Dark places, right? Christ said, I didn't come for the healthy. I came for the sick. The healthy don't need a doctor. So if you're in a bad place, maybe you can't see the doctor today, but maybe tomorrow or the next day. So do what you got to do to survive, even if it's just a milkshake and a questionable decision in a Target parking lot over the age of 21 with consent. The point is, though, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Every bird you see flying in the sky, maybe there's two in the bush crying. You'll never know. But you won't be able ever to unprove what I just said. Now the cigar. I talked to John. It was like John. I talked to John, the guy that owns Warfighter Tobacco, him and his partner. And I called him up after I received this gift from Chewy to talk, because when I first started reviewing cigars, he sent me his lineup, and I reviewed one of them that he sent me. His lineup was very generous, and that's when he was working with Plasencia, and those were great. But I heard recently that they no longer work with Plasencia, and not due to we don't like it. It's just sometimes in life, a better business situation happens that works better with expansion of your company, and that happens. In a way, they have what they want, and then you have them, the person making the cigars for you, and then you have the customers, which is what the brand is really working for, is to give customers what they feel they want. So anyways, now they work with the Carreras, like the brand that makes the devil's hand cigar, the devil's right hand, devil's left. I'm gonna look that up. But anyways, though, so the entire lineup has been revamped, and you have the 556 Connecticut, you have the 762 Sumatra, and the 50 cal Maduro. This was in the kudos, a genius little menu there, fucking smart, and with all the tobacco types. Now the Garrison one here, this is the 50 cal Oscuro Maduro. I think overall, from in the past, when I used to smoke these when they were under Plasencia, and when I've had them before, not just review them, but just smoke them, I think my favorite was the Oscuro Maduro, the 50 cal Garrison. Now, I never had in this size, which looks like a Churchill, which in some companies would call it Churchill, but in this case, they're calling it a double Corona. Also, in this case, though, this one is definitely aged, and I talked to him about that, and he says the Churchill / obviously, they call it double Corona, but double Corona or Churchill, I'm going to say Churchill, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I'm saying, but when I see a 7x52, to me, it's a Churchill. But at some companies, some companies will have they'll call, I've seen 6x58, and it was a Toro. So, I mean, you could stretch it around. You could stretch 6x58 is pretty much Gordo. So, my point is, though, if you're still watching, here we are. The cellophane is not tremendously dark, but it's dark. You got some celloing, and he said it could have up to 2 years of time on it, give or take. Obviously, you have cigar boxes and everything else, and you're going to sell things in sealed packages. They also have sampler packs and this and that. And I asked him questions. He's just really honest, and they're discontinuing this size because the double Corona / I'll call it Churchill is their least popular size, which makes sense because I love Churchill, but majority of people want Robusto, Toro, and Gordo, and generally Toro is the most popular. You know what I'm saying? Though, depending on the brand, some people will say Toro Gordo, and some brands will say that Toro Robusto are the most popular. And it is what it is. So generally Churchills, they sit around. They're big cigars, but I like Churchills. And especially, I like, this is 7x52. 7x50 is a real, I really like 7x50. Because you're going to get to that same diameter as the Robusto, but it's getting a little more back time. This is a Honduras binder, Honduras filler, and no, I read that wrong. Wrappers Honduras, binders Honduras, fillers Nicaragua. I read that backwards. Did you get that? Basically, it's a Nicaraguan filler with Honduran wrapper and binder, so should be unique. It is heavy for its size. It's a full pack. It is a semi-splotchy looking dark, like almost like tiger striped, dark brown with a reddish hue and some darker spots, almost dark, like dark black. So it's got an interesting, it's a dark wrapper. I don't know if you really can see that with this bright lighting. You're not going to be able to see that. You're just going to have to trust me. But it's a dark, almost like a marbling type of look on the cigar. Construction seems very good. I would say it looks the same construction-wise as far as the Plasencia. Plasencia is a great brand, so I'm not going to say anything bad about that. Now the question is, now of course this has some time on it. I never had to try any of his blends with time on it, time after time. And if you're here and you're like, wow, we're like 11 minutes in, he hasn't even lit the cigar. Because this is just a regular place. We're hanging out. This is real. You might not be watching this in real time, but it's real. It's really happening to you. If you're watching it, this is happening to you with consent. I mean, you press the button. So I'm actually excited. This cigar with the factory, in a way, factory post-roll aging. And just like right now, everyone loves 9mm and 10mm so crazy, and people are hating on 40 cal. You can get great deals on 40 cal pistols, especially used. You can get them for almost nothing because everyone wants 9mm. Fine, I'll shoot the 40. And the point is, it's kind of like with Churchills. Hey, in this case, the benefit is if they got to sit around longer, that might be a bonus, especially in a very good climate control situation from the the company's factory or their holding area where they keep things in a very controlled area. So I'm really excited about this. It smells pungently sweet and dark. All right. Oh shit. All right. We didn't die. I lit the match head, and only the match head flew over there on the carpet. That's funny because it's real. Nice big cherry on that. Rather dark. It's 80% darkness off the bat. Wowza. These are large cigars. Once again, I want to thank Chewy for sending this to me. I really appreciate it. This is a large cigar. 7x52. That's a big boy cigar. Medium plus off the bat. 80% darkness. It has a buttery, oily feel. There is some tingling dark black pepper spice starting to accumulate on the tongue. And this is only, what, 4 puffs in? Smoke output is generous and burn's going very well. Draw is going very well. These initial things that apply to any cigar off the bat. And that's important. I'm feeling the cigar across formulaically, circly. I made that word up. And I don't find any major soft spots or dents or divots. So all in all, inspection is complete off the bat. I like the band. It's the classic band they have, the classic gold and black band. It's starting off to be a dark, strong cigar without being abrasive. But it's powerful off the bat. Okay, we're medium full right there. This is going to be a full ride here, man. That's medium to full right there. Not a weak cigar at all. And I'm really impressed on the PowerPoint. 80% darkness, rich milk chocolate. There was a rich milk chocolate. There's a salty finish on the back end. There's a nice amount of black pepper. It's a dark cigar, but without going, as I say, It didn't go full AJ. It's not blowing out my blowout zone. You know what I'm saying? It's got some lube on it. It's just strong off the bat and dark and heavy, long heavy finish. Oh, that too. But it's not scary. But it's a lot. For newbies, no. No, I think this is a bit much for newbies. For everyone else, if you can enjoy a dark, strong cigar, and I like that it has time on it, we're going to see what happens. I got nothing bad to say about him. Rich charred wood, milk chocolate, black pepper, rich salt on the finish. Long heavy finish. That just distracted me. I'll come back. Not bad to say about it. And clearly time, and this could have, he said, around almost 2 years on it. Clearly time didn't weaken this cigar. Time affects each type of cigar differently, each blend in a sense differently. Anything could happen. But in this case, yeah, the cigar still got balls. We're back in the last third of this big boy cigar. 0 touch-ups, nothing wrong with the burn, great draw. I was talking with the guys in the private chat, and they said, "Oh, you smoking that? We're talking about, I just got it in today." Now, yes, the norm when you get cigars in the mail, maybe let them acclimate in your humidor or wherever you store your cigars for maybe a couple days, maybe a week, whatever. In this case, though, always observe your cigars, but also these cigars came in an airtight sealed Pelican case. And these cigars have time on them on top of that, and controlled humidor environment from their headquarters in Texas after they left the factory. In a way, this is my bonus in a sense, because this size, the Robusto and Toros, is what every brand's different with what moves the most. One brand might say, "Oh, our Toros are bigger seller." Another brand says, "Oh, it's our Gordos," or it's probably going to be somewhere between the big three: Robusto, Toro, and Gordo. You take your pick. If you're talking about a company like JFR or the big boy Asylum sticks, they're moving big sticks, 660, 770, 880. So I mean, it depends on which brand. But in this case, though, for this brand, this is big for this brand, 7x52. And he confirmed that his Toros, followed by his Robustos, are his biggest sellers. And then we were talking about Lanceros and Coronas. And most brands, a lot of guys might talk about, they want a Lancero, but very few guys buy Lanceros, especially by the box. And that's why you don't really see a lot of brands making Lancero. I talked to even the guy with Gurkha, he said, well, he'd like to make a Lancero or Corona, but no one's going to buy it as far as volume. So it is what it is. Certain sizes just don't move as much as the standard sizes, and really the Robusto and Toro. So it is what it is. So in this case, it's a benefit to me. The time on the cigar didn't hurt at all. It was very delicious, and towards the end of the second third and the last third here, strength's really around full strength, but it got even sweeter. It got like a nice rich brownie note with the milk chocolate. It's really sweet and like sticky flavors, pungent with charred wood and black pepper, a salty finish. So all in all, a great fucking time. A good amount of black pepper too. So I mean, it's not for the timid or newbies at all. I'm enjoying the cigar thoroughly. The finish is very long and heavy. The only thing I paired with the cigar was water. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink. You could drink water, but don't drink alcohol. People assume, if you're drinking alcohol. If I get pulled over, you been drinking tonight? Yes. I had 5 glasses of water. You can't believe that. I don't drink. I'm 40 years old. Look at the hairline. I don't drink. Occasionally I'll have a drink. I'll have more than one if it's a party and I'm not driving. But I average maybe 1 drink a month. So when I have a drink, it's special. Like today when I went fishing with my father, which doesn't happen much, but that's the third time I went fishing with my father in my life. But while we were out there on the boat and they were taking us out there to the Atlantic Ocean, he opened up his cooler and he handed me a Heineken. He had a Heineken. He just brought 2 beers, one for him and one for his son. And he brought this little rusted pair of pliers and popped the caps off and tapped the beers, and it was special. Special. When you have one drink, that drink is special. When you have 10 drinks, it's not special no more. It's not. If you have 10 girlfriends, they're not special. 2, maybe, but 10, that's a lot. That's a lot. Really enjoying this stick. %, darkness. Overall, the cigar is going to be around a medium full to full strength, depending on what size you get, how much time is on it, your interpretation. But it's not going to be a medium strength cigar by any interpretation. So it's a strong cigar. It's a dark cigar, and it's a heavy cigar, and it's quite spicy, but it has some nice sweetness to it. It has a lot of charred wood though, so it has a bold, thick, chewy type of blend that is enjoyable if you can handle robust darks. If you like Camacho Chip Maduros, you're gonna like it. If you like LFD Ligero Maduro, you're gonna like this. If you're smoking like light shade cigars only and you're not looking to change that up, then no. So if you only smoke like a Don Carlos or a Hemingway, a regular, Cameroon, then it's not going to be your cup of tea. But they got other blends for that. But right now we're just talking about this blend. And I really enjoyed it. And as far as the transition from the Plasencia to the Carrera factory, with the same concepts and, same blends per se, obviously, if they say, hey, we have this seed and this type of priming for the wrapper and this for the binder, this for the filler, can it be exactly the same? No, in a sense, but the quality is the same, and the flavor and the profile is really delicious, and it's still dark and strong like I remember the Plasencia. I can't compare it exactly to the Plasencia because I had that years ago, and those are no longer available. So I can't say, which one's better or worse. All I could say is both had great quality construction, both had great draw, and the burn's going phenomenal on this. And really good smoke output. Sometimes when you have very dark, heavy cigars, you don't get the best draw or the best burn because the tobacco's so thick and it might not be burning properly, and the cigar's going out. So if your cigar is very wet, maybe you want to dry box it. The darker the heavier the cigar, you might need a little more time in dry boxing if your cigar is wet. In this case, these cigars came in perfect. So good quality control and nice aging from the factory. So do I recommend Warfighter Tobacco with their new to me, their Carrera factory collaboration? Yeah, having a great time. Price point for these cigars, I think give or take between like $10 to $11 mark, give or take, maybe a little more, a little less, depending if they're on sale or whatever it is, so they're really it's a solid price point for a good mid-tier price point cigar, and it was very delicious. The cigar is going to be a 4.6. It's definitely not like just an okay cigar, or it was good, it's very good, it was all right, but I would definitely smoke this again. And if they had this at the local shops here, sometimes it might be hard to find that at your local store, and I know they've been trying to expand that. It takes time. They've only been out a few years, so it's hard to get a lot of presence in shops where you're gonna need a lot of reps and everything else. But that being said, they do have a big presence online. So if you're looking for a brand to support, not just for good cause, but it's also a good brand and good quality tobacco, maybe something different that you're used to, and variety's the spice of life. So check out Warfighter Tobacco, and you're gonna have a good time. You might just want to try a sampler. Each one, they have 6 different core lines, and each one covers a different aspect. And I appreciate that they do that. And then they have their other stuff, with the higher end. It's going to cost around, I think, $17, something like that. But that's their top shelf cigar. And then they have the dumpster fire, So the Victories, they're top shelf stuff. But all in all, a great time. Nothing bad to say about it. Really good draw, really good burn. Kind of a delicious, dark, heavy cigar. I'm having a good time. What I like about it is, even though it was a dark, heavy, strong cigar, that could be sometimes too much, they still gave it some complexity with the charred wood and the nice chocolate and brownie notes. So it had some nice complexity and some balance for a dark cigar. Was it completely balanced like some type of heavenly medium strength cigar? It's not that kind of party, okay? That you could do maybe with an Ecuadorian Sumatra or etc. But burning great to the nub. But for this big cigar, double Corona or Churchill 7x52, really enjoyed it. 4.6 out of 5. I had a great time. Nothing bad about it. I definitely recommend it. Check it out. Check out their brand. And Chewy, much appreciation. And to all the guys out there that have supported my channel, which I am the channel, who has supported me, I really appreciate it all throughout the years. I don't take it lightly, and it touches the bottom of my heart. It is what it is. No 451. I'll see you around. Cheers.